Hello and welcome to Oud Talks Pens. Today I will be talking about the Nahvalur or Nahvalur Triad demonstrator. This one has a medium steel nib. I really like demonstrator pens. I think they are very cool that you can see the ink inside of them. I must say that my first impression of this pen wasn't great because I thought it felt really plasticky, like a crispy or not a pleasant plastic material. But then I got used to it. I've used it for a bit and now I think the plastic is fine. Then I managed to try to unscrew the cap, which is not supposed to be unscrewed. And I managed to create hairline fractures. It just, yeah, you can see a crack possibly here and on the other side because I, as I said, tried to twist it open when it's supposed to be open like this. So no one's fault but my own, but it was still annoying because it was the first time I used the pen. I had just received it and I thought, well, there goes that pen. Luckily, it has functioned perfectly even with the cracks, but I do worry about them getting bigger or, yeah, the cap being ruined. Luckily, this pen isn't a fortune, but it's still annoying when something is entirely my own fault. I can't complain to anyone. That being said, I have worried for years about trying to twist open a snap cap pen. And it being a really expensive pen, so it could have been worse. Then I uncapped the pen for probably the second time, and then some ink squirted out into the cap. That has happened with this ink as well, but I think I have found the technique now. Yeah, not a great first impression, but then I started using it and writing with it, and I think this is a good pen. It has a sort of rubber-like grip section, which is reminiscent of a Lamy All-Star or other triangular shape grip section pens. As I said, I like the demonstrator body. I haven't been able to fit a converter inside of here, but I have only tried once, so it might just be the converter I tried. This takes universal standard cartridges and it has a medium steel nib with the lovely Nahvalur decoration on it. With the cap, the pen weighs 14.5 grams with ink in it, and without the cap it's almost 10.4 grams. The grip section is 10.8 millimeters right here. And the pen is about 13 centimeters long from nib to end. This is an inexpensive starter pen that I think could also work for people who have used fountain pens for a while. I know I will continue to use mine, and I think it's interesting that Nahvalur is tapping into the sort of starter pen market. It is inked with J. Urban's Rose Cyclamen, a magenta ink, and I think that this looks really dramatic, particularly because the plastic feed is also transparent, so you can see the ink through it. I don't think I have any other pens. I'm sure I don't have any other pens with a transparent feed, and now I want all of my pens to have transparent feeds. Or not really, because I like ebonite feeds and they wouldn't be transparent. But I think it's cool, is my point. It has a smooth and quite lovely nib. No real line variation, it's stiff, but I think that's just fine. It writes wet. Not very wet, but medium plus, at least. Yeah, medium plus, not very wet. It writes in reverse, but because the pen is triangular, it's not comfortable to hold upside down, at least not for me. And it took me a couple of inkings before I learned that this is the correct way of putting the cap on. You cannot put it on any other way, then it won't snap shut and you will just annoy yourself. But I have to say that the muscle memory kicks in quite quickly for which way it's supposed to go in. I think that it's great that we have a new addition to the starter pen lineup, and from a brand that I have many other pens from, which I really like. It has a comfortable size. Here is a size comparison with some other pens I had lying around. I try to always add the Lamy All-Star because it's a pen that lots of people have, or at least have seen. This is a Platinum Procyan. Here is a Sailor Tuzu and a Gravitas Monster. Here are some uncapped comparisons. I believe that this is a number 5 nib. It's certainly smaller than a number 6. Let's see if I can, yeah. Here is a Montegrappa Elmo O2 with a number 6 steel nib, clearly larger. So yeah, it's probably a number 5 nib. Here you can see the writing sample and the ink color. All in all, I would recommend this pen to someone who is curious about the Nahvalur brand, or curious about fountain pens. It comes in quite a few pretty colors. It's not particularly expensive. Most places I've seen it, it sells for about $20. And I think that's a fair price for this. Just don't try to twist off the cap like I did. I probably didn't have to tell you that. So, a cute little pen with many good qualities. The grip feels a little bit like rubber, but not very soft rubber, so I think it will withstand a little bit of use. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every like, comment and subscription to my channel, and I hope to see you again in my next pen review. Bye!